Hey, what's good, my people? Welcome to my channel. This is my first ever video. Sach Chats, welcome to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you all have fun. I hope you all enjoy the video. This is my first ever podcast. More to come. Stay tuned. Well, this is monumental for me because I have one of my best friends sitting in this room with me right now, and he is doing my first podcast. So thank you for joining.
You're welcome.
Ladies and gentlemen, please give a warm welcome to one of my best friends, Arun. My guy, welcome, bro. Give a little intro.
Well, my name is Arun, and I'm currently enrolling in Foundation in IT in India. And what we're going to talk about today is something I do as my hobby. It's something that I do in my leisure time, and I've been doing this for like 3 to 4 years right now. So I feel like maybe I could share it with Shachwir and all of you today. So that's why I'm here today.
Thank you, bro. Before the podcast, he did show me a video. As far as I remember, it was called Operation Fishbowl. Am I
Yeah.
right? Yeah. But we save it later, alright? I'm excited. I want to know because it's always good to expand your knowledge and maybe right, maybe wrong, we never know, but I'm happy, let's try. But before that, bro, how are you? How are you doing?
Well, in what way? In what perspective?
I mean, like, how's life? I mean, we are 19 this year, by the way. This is our last teenage year.
Yeah.
We're maturing into adults, ladies and gentlemen. But I just want to say, like, how's your mental game? What's up? How's life? Are you managing things well? Are you okay? Are you in the right state of mind?
Well, as for me, mm, in the past few years, like for example, 3 years back, I used to be someone who's very mature and all that.
Yes.
But nowadays, I think for myself, I've got more mature, and that is because of knowledge and my mental health. If I have problems or what, I let it to God. If there's good things, I cherish it. So I think that's how life should be. Everyone should depend on someone. And as for me, I depend on God. So yes.
That's a very good thing to hear, man. God is very important. I feel like these past few years I've been neglecting God, which is a very bad thing. I feel like when I was younger, my parents used to teach me like God, parents, and then teachers. These are the top three people you should always respect. And I always followed that principle in my life to a point where I thought that I could do it on my own, which is wrong. And I've been neglecting God, but starting a few months ago, I started building a relationship with God again. I asked for forgiveness, I asked for the guidance, and I'm just been trying to move on for a better life because I thought I was the one doing all my work, but it's actually without Him, I would have done anything. And that's just been real. So, yeah, I'm happy to know that God is the driving factor in your success or in your progress in a way. So, uh, give me like few changes where you have made from when you were 16 to now? Like, apart from being taller, gi- giraffe, but what what other changes were there, man? Like, just like, because I've seen you 3 years ago and I've seen you now, I can see so many changes in terms of your attitude, in terms of the way you present yourself to people. But you self reflect and tell me how many not even three, sorry, how many changes you can tell me because that's a lot. Obviously, that's a lot.
Well, the first one is that I used to be an atheist. Okay, I did not believe in God ever. I did not. So now I believe in God due to certain things that happened in my life and certain stages that I've overcome. I think that God is someone who is necessary for us and somebody who helps us sustain our lives. And second thing is that I used to be someone who's very egoistic. Like I want everything to be my way, and I don't like others to educate me on something. And now I think that I've become someone who's a very rational person. I think well, I think right. It's very important for us to think right because what we think makes us who we are. and I have no more become someone who's very egoistic. I just let it to God, and whatever perspective one wanna have, it's up to them because it's their life, and I live my life with my perspectives, my view upon it. And the third thing is that I think I've gained a lot of knowledge in the past
Yes.
few years, and it has made me a better person also. So yeah.
And I can see it, man. The person you were last time. I mean, I paid the consequence for it. I tried, I wasn't saying I'm perfect too. I had my own issues, but we move on, we become better people. At the end of the day, that's what life's all about. We live and we learn.
Mhm.
But yeah, I can tell though because there was a time where you thought that everything you did was right, and including for me as well. I thought that everyone else was wrong if they weren't doing it my way. And now when you grow up and I've taken a part more into a leadership role, hopefully, and I'm keeping on moving on, I feel like it's not only my point of view that I should listen to. I feel I should listen to your point of view. I feel like I should please us, whoever's, because it's a team effort at the end of the day. I'm trying to lead people. I'm trying to help people. And I feel like you are also a very good leader. I feel God choosing you to be a leader now. So yeah, I feel like you deserve it now. Well done.
Thank you.
So
Mm.
this life is a hard place to be now, bro. Only the tough survive, and that's the sad part. So
True, I agree.
that's a very sad part because everyone deserves the right to live the life they
Mhm.
want, and not everyone will have that. So if there's somebody watching now, and if you could have something to tell him or her who's going through something, like what's one piece of advice you could give them so they don't give up and so they move on, so they become stronger and so that they can get what they want.
Well, the first thing that is very important in our lives is for us to communicate. Let it be what it is. It's very important to communicate, even if it's with your partner, your parents, your friends, or whoever it is. Communication is the key. No matter what you're going through, try to talk it out to someone, or that specific person who's bothering you, or that specific thought that's bothering you. Talk it out, because when you talk it out, that's when you let the other person in the other side to understand what you're going through or how they can help you. It's okay if you don't want a solution. Just sharing with communicating would help you to feel better in life. So yeah.
For me, man, I feel like you should have the right circle around you.
Mhm.
Like me, I'm not been through, I've been in many different types of friends, with friends, many different friend groups,
Circle, yeah.
like many different circles, and each
Mhm.
circle has been different. There is a circle that prioritizes their academic lifestyle over anything else. There's a circle who likes to party at night. There's a circle who likes to have fun when during any time they get, instead of like managing their time well. There's
Mhm.
we don't need fun now.
Yeah.
We it's not only based on academics, it's just life. I'm not me personally, I'm not at the point in life where I want to be. I'm not where I want to be. I'm not where my father wants me to be. I'm not where my mom wants me to be. And that's sad because I'm their only child. I want to be the
Mhm.
guy.
So they have high hopes on
They
you.
have high hopes on me. They've been having high hopes on me since I was a little kid.
Mhm.
And one day, if let's say I can't um, just not give them, just like prove to them that I'm the son that would do anything for them, is saddening. And I used to be that guy. So I'm trying to move on. You've seen me at my lowest point. So
Yeah.
I'm just happy to know that I'm not perfect now, but maybe I've tried to make improvements. So yeah, I feel like a right circle is important. Like most people look at me as like a guy who's an extrovert and has a lot of friends. But to me, I
Mhm.
play my cards. I want to be friends with him. I want to be friends with her because they're good people as well. But are they my circle? Maybe not. I want to keep my circle private. Those who help me and I will help you. Let's build together. And that's what life is about, man. Finding the right people. So if you're going through something wrong, right, I just want to say it's not the end of the world to feel that way. life is always going to be that way. That's the sad part. Man, woman, and child, you're going to grow up and realize that you're going through a certain battle 5, 10 years ago, and now you're at the point where you're way, way stronger. So, yeah, that's what life's all about, man. And just keep your faith in God, man. God plans things for a reason, and hopefully you find yours one day. So,
And also,
yeah,
life has to have balance.
true.
Doesn't matter what you're going
I
through.
agree.
If you study hard, you play hard.
Yeah,
That's the rule. You
facts.
don't have to be someone who's always focusing on your academics only, because
Yeah,
at certain point in your life you have to enjoy life. Because what good is life if you're only studying and
yeah,
torturing yourself?
yeah.
Because
I get why they're doing that though,
Mhm.
because of the stress. Because
Yeah, the pressure.
some of them can't afford
Hmm.
uh, to pay for education,
Hmm.
and they want to do it for their scholarships.
Yeah,
I get why they do it, but at the same time, you're 19 years old, or you're a teenager or young adult. This is the point where you should be exploring as well. Should be exploring life. I'm not saying do drugs. I'm not saying drink alcohol. I'm saying learn to try new stuff in life. Like me, I've I feel like I'm the only 19-year-old that I know out of everyone that is starting a podcast. Like,
yeah.
yes, we are starting small, obviously, but I'm making the effort to try because
Everyone grows somewhere.
everyone grows somewhere, and I've always wanted to try being a podcaster,
Hmm.
and I'm just living my dream. And yes, I'm studying. For those who don't know, well, I'm studying A levels, guys. And I'm doing A levels and also having my own podcast, which, it is what it is, but it's not a challenge if you know how to manage your time well. So,
Exactly.
and that's
Time management
exactly
is very important.
facts. That's exactly what I do.
Hmm.
Disclaimer, by the way, we are not sponsored.
Yeah, we are not sponsored. We're
Just to let you
making it
guys
for
know,
fun.
the drink tastes good.
Yeah.
We are not sponsored, but if you want a sponsor, sure thing. Let me
Yeah,
know.
Twister or any other drink
We
company.
love your drink.
Yeah.
I love your drink. Sponsor me. I don't mind getting fat drinking your drinks. Just kidding. So look, I feel like that's it. I know mental health. I hope you're doing well. I hope everything goes well for you. If you ever need anything, make sure to text me. You have my number. Call me. I'll always pick up, bro. So let's get to it, man.
Okay, sure.
The one thing you showed me just now really did change my mind, but I can't really understand it because my first time watching the video. Surely we can't actually play the video for you guys, sorry. But you guys can search it up for you want. Operation Fishbowl, right?
Figure, yeah.
Search up Operation Fishbowl, check on YouTube, check on whatever website you use. Do your research, guys. Learn, get educated. So yeah, let's get to it, man. So your topic today, you want to talk about your research. You want to talk about what you've been doing since you were a little boy, right? So tell me, what? How old were you when you thought the Earth was flat, or like how old were you when you thought let's try and do some research on the planet?
It was beginning of 15 years old. Yeah.
When you were 15,
Yeah.
so 4 5 years ago. All right. So let's get to it, man.
Mhm.
Educate me, bro. Because to me, I've always been confused. I've watched a lot of movies. Everywhere they show that the Earth is a round structure.
Mhm.
I've heard a lot of people now tell me that the Earth is an oval structure, and I've heard few people say that it's a flat structure. So now I'm confused because I'm currently living in a place where I don't even know the shit. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
So you believe it's flat, like
I know
100%.
it's flat.
You
I don't
know
have
it's
to
flat.
believe. I
Great,
know it's flat.
great. I'm happy to hear that, bro. So tell me, why do you think it's flat? And just educate me, man. Show me some research. Show the people some research. We'll pop up some of Arun's research on the screen for you guys, but we won't play the video for you guys. Sorry, but we'll put some research of Arun's in the screen right now. So, bro, tell me, bro, what? Explain to me.
First of all, this is the questions that I ask others when they ask me this question.
Okay.
Why do you think it's a globe?
To me, I don't know
Give
whether
me a
it's.
statement. Yeah.
To me, I don't know why it's a globe. I've just been. I wouldn't say brainwashed. I would say it's been just. Okay, maybe it's brainwashed. It's just been put in my head. Like,
Mhm.
for example, this is orange. This is orange. My screen is black. It's something like that. So it's been put in your head that Earth was a globe. Even if you go to a supermarket or to a mall now, you say, I would
Mhm.
like to buy a globe. I want to buy a globe. I actually
Okay.
have a globe at home. I need to
Uh-huh.
find it. But they say I need to buy a globe, and then it will come out and it's Earth. It's Earth as a globe structure. So it's always been like that. That's why I believe it's a globe. That's the only reason. I don't actually know, but that's the only reason why. It's not a proving statement, but
Okay.
it's not a proving statement at all. But that's me.
Hit me with a question like, I don't know, maybe
What makes you think it's flat?
what makes me think it's
Like
flat.
it's 100% not round. It's
Mm-hmm.
100% not square. 100% not oval, as what most people now are telling me.
Mm-hmm.
So why is it a flat structure? If let's say we remove all this stuff now, right?
Mm-hmm.
This table is a flat structure,
Mm-hmm.
right? So why is Earth something like this?
Well, Earth is not 100% flat. Obviously, there's mountains and everything. Okay.
Okay.
But I can be pretty sure it's not a curve because referring to people, okay, there
Mm-hmm.
are documents where people go around and ask the old ones because 100 years ago, approximately 100 years ago, people in school they used to learn that the earth is flat. And I can guarantee you that every religion that you know actually says that the earth is flat. There are certain verses in the religious books, holy books, you can go look it up, okay? And everything changed when NASA came in, okay? So NASA, you guys know NASA, right? National Aeronautical Space Agency or something. Yeah. So I don't want to know about them, okay?
NASA, yes.
Because I've done my research, okay?
Okay.
So these people, okay. For example, let's take the director of NASA, the founder, okay? The founder is Werner von Braun, okay? So if you refer to Operation Paperclip, you will understand better. So, so it's basically where
You okay?
you see World War Two, okay? Yeah, okay. So, um, World War Two. In World War Two, the Germans, the Nazi, they did not actually move. I'm not talking crap. You could do your own research. They actually moved to the US. Okay, and we could also involve the Israelis in these. There's a lot of things. If you actually do your research, you'll understand, or else you're just gonna think there's a crap, a jerk fella sitting in front of the camera and just talking. So, where was I? Yeah.
Yeah.
So they moved to US. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
and Werner von Braun was a German. Okay, and when he died, no, even though he started NASA and he did all of the research and whatever things exploring, when he died, on his tombstone, he wrote this verse from the Bible that says, "The heavens declare the glory of God, and the firmament showeth his handiwork." Which means it's saying that there's a flat surface and there's a dome or a firmament above us, which means the earth is a closed system. Okay, the land is flat. Yes, the land is flat, but there's a dome at the top of it which makes it a hemisphere. Okay,
Okay.
so the earth is an enclosed system and you cannot leave the earth. Maybe people would hit me up with questions like, oh, how come do they leave the earth? How come do they go to space?
Yeah.
Let me prove to you. Okay, in the 90s, those days, okay, let's talk about the first moon landing. Well, the US, they were competing with the Russians to see who's gonna go to the space first. Okay? So, obviously US, they were not capable of doing it. And everything they show you, like the first moon landing, it was all filmed in a studio. Okay? And I have videos of it. I will show him later. And if you want, you could also pop it up on the screen later for them to see, or you can
Yes.
leave it in the description.
Yes.
Okay?
Certain links would be in the description,
Yeah.
guys. Do your research.
Because these kind of videos and all that, you cannot simply get it in the internet. You have to do a thorough research and look deeper. You have to find the right source to get the information. So that's why it took me a lot of time, years, to get all this information and to verify it, to confirm, to make sure it's a valid source. So yeah, and that's one of the reasons. I have even the president. They claim the president of US
Mhm.
to talk.
Which person? Which
The
person?
first one, or I don't know which one. Okay,
Okay.
the one when the moon landing was happening. This fella,
Okay.
he was talking to the astronauts in a telephone.
All right.
In the phone, those days people use that you can dial.
The Maggie ones. The
Yeah, yeah.
All right.
So he was actually talking to the astronauts with the telephone. How does it make sense? It doesn't make sense, okay?
Yeah, it
And
doesn't.
and they claim that the after the first moon landing, they cannot go to moon again. If you actually see the interviews of NASA and so on, they claim that they're gonna go to moon in another 5 years. And then 5 years later, they're gonna say, "Oh, something happened, technical difficulties, and you're gonna go to moon again in a 5 years." It has been repeating for like decades now, and they're just throwing excuses to you, and you're just accepting it because you have been brainwashed. I'll come to that later. Okay, so then they never actually went to the moon.
Mhm.
And for example, if you want to look up the Earth's picture right now in Google, you can never find a real picture.
Yeah, they are full with CGI.
Yeah, everything's CGI. You can look it up yourself. Go to Google, just find picture of an Earth.
Yes.
You
And
can never find
if
it.
if you actually somehow do find it,
Yeah.
please let me know.
And later we will pop up on screen the pictures of Earth in different years they took,
Mhm.
and each of them look different. Like, NASA, what are you up to? What are you trying to do? Okay, stop fooling people. And the people, okay, who went to space first, to moon?
If I remember correctly, is that Armstrong brother? His name is Neil Armstrong.
Okay, sure. And then the second one?
Nope, he's the only guy that's famous enough that I remember.
Okay, so this group who went to land on the moon, if you watch the interview after the moon landing when they came back to Earth, imagine you achieving something in your life that is so great. Obviously, you're going to be happy about it. You're going to be happy to come to Earth and tell the people. But in the interview, their face was plain. And they were like, as to someone who was fed up with something. And there were people who actually go up to them, reporters, okay, they walk up to them, they say, "Swear on the Bible that you went to the moon." Nobody did it. Nobody swore. Because they know it's fake. You cannot hide from God. Okay? Space is fake, whatever that you have been taught. Let me give you an example, okay? Let's say the mother of yours, okay,
Alright.
let's say you have not been introduced to her,
Okay.
okay, when you were a kid, maybe somebody else adopted you,
All right.
and then 20 years later, someone comes and tell you that the real mother, the actual mother of yours, is your mother. Would you believe it?
Wait. So my actual biological mother,
Yeah,
I've never been introduced to her.
yeah.
I've been adopted by some random lady,
Hmm.
and 20 years later, my biological mother
Yeah,
claims that she's my mother.
yeah.
I mean, obviously not, because where was she the past 20 years? But at the same time, we would do some DNA tests.
Yeah, so that's what I'm getting. With a thorough research,
Yeah.
you get to understand better.
Yeah.
Do your research, people. Just don't get informations from the Hollywood or whatever books that you're studying. Okay, do your thorough research. Look up, because you cannot have just a single perspective. You
Mm.
should always look into things in a different perspective. Then you will understand things better.
Do you
Okay,
do you think, sorry to interrupt you, but do you think that this is a whole big conspiration?
I would
Because
not say.
we have seen Neil Armstrong go to the moon. That's what they said, and all that. And then now we have Elon Musk saying that he's found life in Mars.
Uh-huh.
So that was few years ago.
Hmm.
This is recent.
Okay.
We are finding a way to go to Mars, which is a whole other planet in space.
Mm-hmm.
And you're telling me space is fake, which
Okay.
means that is fake, which means Elon is not telling the truth.
Okay.
So is that what you're getting at, or is it like maybe what Elon is saying is, because he said he's going to Mars, which is, as far as I know, further. So
Mm-hmm. Okay. So there's this place on Earth. Okay, I showed you before that day, right?
yeah,
When NASA's go to,
yeah,
and we will also show you that. Okay, the place where NASA and the constructions probably go there to record this place, and then they edit it into to look like Mars. And the footages they show you, where the robots, they go around in Mars collecting species or whatever. Okay, so we have videos of it. I'll show you also.
yes,
Okay,
please.
there was a podcast that I watched like a few years ago. Okay, in the Instagram account called Flat Earth Psyop. Okay, so they brought
Shout out,
this
yo.
person. Yeah,
Shout out, yo.
so they brought this person to their podcast, and they were talking about it. Okay, and he explained it very clearly, and it was very obvious that NASA was faking it. Okay, there are. That's why I say you cannot prove things just with calculations. Your eyes are the real things. What you see in real life is what is real. Okay? And I also have, let's say you're gonna say the sun is like, I don't know how many thousand miles away, the moon is thousand miles away. You could legit walk up to a pilot right now and ask him if the world is flat or not. Okay? Because they have the system in the plane that shows that the plane actually just stays flat the entire time while it's traveling. Okay, because logically, if you're going to travel around the globe, okay, your plane, the front nose of the plane should actually dip down every few minutes to make sure that they maintain the level, right?
I mean, as what you're saying, it does make sense.
Yes,
I'm
but
not I'm not saying that. What he does, if you want to go through a globe, you would have,
deep down your nose.
yes, yeah,
But you
that
could,
is true, but
yeah, but you could ask a pilot, okay? They have this thing, I don't know what they call, I'm not well educated in the pilot knowledge, but they have this device in the plane that shows that when they're traveling the entire time, if the plane moves, it will move also, it will show. So the plane just stays flat all the time. And it's not, uh, dipping the nose down.
yeah,
So most of the pilots I know that I've personally asked myself when I'm traveling from one place to another with my parents or what, I'll personally try to ask the the person at the front that if I could meet the pilot, and I will ask questions to the pilot, and they all claim the Earth to be flat. It's true.
but
Hmm.
this may be off topic. But do you know Roshan?
Yeah.
Right. He has dreams to be a pilot,
Mm-hmm.
and obviously he's close with me. He's close with you. So after this podcast ends, I will contact Roshan and I'll get his thoughts about it as well. It's just
Okay.
the more the merrier, right? Ask him what do you think because he's been a fan of playing since a little boy, and I feel he might know certain one two things. Obviously, he would know more than me. I have no clue. So let me ask him. All right, Roshan, I told you to make it in the episode one, you guys.
Okay, yeah.
Let's
And
go.
also,
Yeah, but
there are footages of pilots recording that the sun and moon is actually inside the earth.
inside the
Inside the earth, yes. The size of the sun and moon, it's just the same. Okay. So
meaning in the Earth's atmosphere.
yes, the earth is a closed system.
Okay.
Okay, so how do I prove this?
Yeah.
Let's say, like now, looking outside your house in the evening, okay, and you see the sun, and if you see the sun reflects its rays, right, the sun rays, okay, okay, let's say this is the sun, and the clouds are here, all right. So when it's reflecting the rays should be going every side, right, because it's closer, okay. When the object is further, when the light is reflected through a certain medium, okay, the light should be just straight, like it should be straight when it's reflecting. But when the closer the object is, the light is gonna reflect in different ways, okay.
You mean it diffracts, is it? Like,
For example,
what do you mean, like, the sun is here? I
mhm,
mean, like, I get what you mean with the straight, and then when it comes closer, it goes.
I could draw it for you.
Yeah, please.
Let's say, let's take a torchlight, for example,
Okay.
okay. So you have a medium, right? And then there's a lot of holes there, right? Okay. If the light, this, for example, this is a torchlight, okay. If it's actually very far away, when it's reflecting the lights are gonna be straight, okay, because the light is being there, right?
Yeah.
But when you bring it closer, the duster, it's not here. It's okay. I'll just use my hand.
Alright, sorry, bro. Production team, we need to get a duster, bro. Alright.
So let's say if it's closer, right?
Yeah.
When it's reflecting the lights are gonna go right.
Yeah,
And
it'll be spread out to a wider, yeah.
yes, and if a heat object is closer to another object, for example, uh, let's say this is the sun, all right, and you have clouds here, okay. If the sun is actually very far away, you won't get a hot spot. They call it a hot spot where there'll be a place where it is very hot and you can clearly see it. We will also show it to you guys. Okay? If the sun is closer, it will make a hot spot. But if the sun is very far away, it cannot make a hot spot. Because a hot spot lands on a specific area within the clouds and just that one spot. Because if the sun is actually far away, it's going to reflect a lot of light rays throughout. Like if this is the earth, like imagine the sun is there, it's gonna reflect like at least this area. But if it's actually close, it's just gonna make at one specific area because it's actually very close. And we have footages of that. Okay. Yeah.
I get exactly what you mean. Obviously, I will have to do research on my own as well,
Okay.
and I'll be reading through obviously because this is something all new to me. And whatever Arun said just now, guys, which things we will put in the screen, we will put it for you. Arun research materials will be there as well, so you guys can go read through,
Yeah, sure.
read through. Yes,
You can just watch them actually. Most of them are videos that people actually conduct their own experiments and prove to you that the earth is flat.
How many years of research have you done? Like how many years of your life did you like
Spent for research.
spend for this research?
Okay, so last time I used to be crazy about research, this specific
I can
research.
tell.
Yeah, and I think like in a couple years time, I became someone who's crazy. Like I would wake up in the middle of the night and I'll cry to my mother because the things that I research, the deeper you go down the rabbit hole, the more you know, the scary it gets because when you find out flat Earth, it's not only gonna be flat Earth. First of all, it's gonna be about who manipulated you. Okay,
Yeah.
who?
Yeah.
And I'll write it for you. Okay,
Yes.
they call it the 13 families. The 13 families. One of the families are one of the main families that actually not come out but are well known among the 13 families are Rockefeller and Rothschild. Okay,
Yeah.
the Rothschild, their estimated net worth is 500 trillion. I'm not even kidding. You could actually look up. Okay.
They can save world poverty with that money.
Yes, because they run the central governments. Okay,
Wow.
they run the central banks of the world.
Yeah.
Why would they want to tell you the truth if they're making so much money with just indoctrinating you, not only in this specific case, but in every aspects of your life? You cannot live without money. They made this system of you suffering because you're just a rat. Okay? All of us, we are just rats running the race. Who's gonna be the richest? Who's gonna be the poorest? With the inflations and
I
everything.
feel like because money is the type of way you can measure somebody's success. Because
Yes.
it's a number. You can clearly have a low number, you can clearly have a high number. And I
Mhm.
feel like that's very, very concerning because obviously it depends on who you are as a person, but what I believe is that yes, money does prove success in a way because I know I wouldn't have made it if I was living a life with a poor, I wouldn't say poor, I would say with a income which couldn't satisfy my own family, let alone my parents, but my own family one day. So
Mhm.
yeah, so money, I feel like it is a way to measure people's salary. But do you feel like this entire Earth is a round globe structure? It's a conspiration for them to make more money, or is it because of another reason?
Okay. So, mm, first of all, why would they want to tell you the truth if they can control you with a lie? Because when you find out the truth,
That's a good
they
saying.
lose power.
That's a very good saying.
Because let's say, for example, if they can manipulate you with just the earth, okay, they would have for sure manipulated you in other things, other perspectives in your life.
Yes, I
Right
feel
or
like
not?
everyone has been manipulated or tricked before,
Okay.
regardless of what it is. I think
So as I
everyone.
say, when you start doing this research, you will not only find out this. I'll give you some things, okay? First of all is Operation Paperclip. Okay, that is about how the Nazis came into the US.
Yep.
Okay? And second thing is that Operation Fishbowl. Operation Fishbowl is that the US government themselves coming out in the news like Hillary Clinton, okay, saying that they're going to actually try to spend all their money, not all, most of their money to break the dome. Okay, and the dome is not only stated in the Bible, it's also stated in several other religions. For example, in Bhagavad Gita, they say that under the earth there are seven more layers of flat surface. Okay,
Okay.
okay, you get
Okay.
that.
I get that.
Next, in the Babylon, they said the stars are like aerogel that is glued to the dome. And in the Greek, they believe the stars are nailed at the globe at the dome. Okay, so these are, you can say, a religious way of looking to it, but scientifically it's also proven that those stars you could now take, what if you guys have good phones, okay, you could take your phones outside right now, you could just at the night you can just zoom in into the stars, okay, and you can find out they're not as what they show you, like the series and all that, the series
Oh
stars,
yes, yes,
and
yes,
all that.
yes. 100%.
No,
I
yeah.
took a because I bought a new phone recently and I wanted to test out its features. It had 100 multiplier zoom.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought, wow, let me take a nice picture of the moon. I just stood out there. I went like this, wanted to take my phone, took a picture of the moon, and it looked almost like a big ink. It was like a rotten, half black, half yellowish ink.
Mm-hmm.
100 times zoom. I mean, it's not what I thought it would be. I thought it would be like a shiny. bright thing. And then I never tried with the star yet. And the sun is like a big red ball. That's what my 100 times zoom look like, by the way. So those pictures will be placed there, by the way. The 100 times multiplier for moon and the sun, which I took, will be on the screen right now. And but I've never tried the sun before. I mean the stars.
Okay.
So have you tried?
Yeah, I have personally myself. So the stars actually vibrate in a high frequency. We would also show you the pictures of it later. Okay. So there's this scientist, okay, who did his research. I forgot his name, but I have the video. Okay, he claimed that stars are plasma. What is
Plasma.
plasma in your knowledge?
For me, plasma is a state of matter.
Okay.
I think it's the newest
Yes.
state of matter.
So plasma is basically, it's like in liquid state, but a liquid that is vibrating in a very high frequency in energy. Okay, so it's exactly what you see, what the scientists said, and what you could see in the pictures, in the videos that you could have recorded. It's exactly the same, and that's what the Greeks and Babylonians, they say. It's like nailed up to the sky. It's like an aerogel that is floating.
Yeah.
And not only that, other religions, I also have images, okay, of other religions claiming how there's a dome and there's a flat land and everything. You see, for many centuries, okay, the other civilizations, they have spent a lot of time doing research, and all of them said and claimed the earth to be flat and there's a dome at the top. How come suddenly NASA came in, okay, and they claim it to be a globe? First of all, the first moon landing was crap. I think majority of the people out there know the moon landing was fake. Okay, there are footages based on it. They are claiming that the footprint of Neil Armstrong and what is displayed and what is shown is totally different. Okay, their faces were not happy after they go and come back from there.
Yeah.
They claim to have lost the technology to go back to moon again, and until now they cannot find it back. How do you claim to have and a technology that is so advanced in the past?
How long was this moon landing? Was it 20 years ago? Was it
Like I think around 50 or 60 years
50,
ago.
60 years ago?
Yeah.
Oh my god, not 20.
And you're claiming to not
Yeah,
have,
by right they should already. Yeah, I
Yeah.
get what you mean. I get the frustration.
and they say there's Hubble telescope, space telescopes that they send out there
Yeah.
to send you images of the stars and everything. Everything is CGI. And there was also one of the NASA editors, I suppose. He claimed to say that all the images of the Earth they display to you, it's all CGI. Why would you do that? And they also have footages of the astronauts using green screen and all that. We will also show you that if you want to see, okay? And they claim to have bubbles in space. Space is vacuum. You could not have bubbles in vacuum. How can you have that? And the earth is an enclosed system, okay? Let's say if you're going to exit the earth, you should pass through the Van Allen belt, right? The Van Allen belt is actually the dome they claim it to be. Okay, they always tell you that they cannot pass through Van Allen belt. You are claiming that you pass through Van Allen belt with so much energy with just aluminium foil. The first moon landing, that's the funniest part. First moon landing, they say they went to space and the materials they used to build the space craft or what was with aluminium foil.
Ah.
You're telling me a company that is earning billions of dollars,
Yeah, I doubt
estimated
that.
money, last year itself, NASA made around 23 billion. Okay.
Jesus.
You're going to use aluminum foil?
Nah, bro.
And they claim that they cannot pass through the Van Allen belt. Why? Because the Van Allen belt is the dome. Somehow, you cannot have pressure without a container. How do you claim to have an earth, okay, and there's a lot of air and everything inside earth, and right beside it there's a vacuum?
Yeah.
Wouldn't the air pass through
Yeah,
to the
yeah,
vacuum?
it would.
Does it make sense?
This is, yes, it's a very deep thing, yeah. It's a
Yes,
very
that's
deep
why I
thing.
say if you want to understand these things, because what I'm talking is just the cream of the conversations. I'm just introducing you to one of the
Yeah,
topics. If you want to look into each topic, it's going to take you hours, and we could actually spend a lot of time just talking on one specific thing.
yeah,
You know?
100%.
Yeah.
Well, let's pause the conversation for a while because I created a mini game.
Okay.
So first of all, shout out Chunks and Philly Show. I've watched their show for a while. They are also a new podcast, obviously booming, doing very well. I'm a big fan of y'all. So I just want to say shout out because I'm about to steal your game. So yeah, top five blind ranking. Are you familiar with that?
Yeah, I think.
It's basically where I'll give you a topic, then I'll give you five. You have to put it on list, but you can't switch it. Let's say you put, let's say top five footballers, and then
Oh, okay, I get it. I get it.
and then you put Lionel Messi at 3,
Mhm.
and then you put Ronaldo at 4, and then but your second, third, fourth, fifth is taken, and then the top is Harry Maguire. That's your list. You get what I mean? So I know you're a fan of music. In a
Okay.
way, in a way. So I'll give you three artists,
Okay.
and then I will.
Somebody that I listen to. Okay.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Do you listen to Bruno Mars?
No.
Do you listen to Charlie Puth?
No.
Do you listen to Taylor Swift?
Just letting you guys know, I'm a person who's more into the old generation.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so I'm not
Michael
someone.
Jackson.
Oh, yes.
Here we go. Here we go. Top five Michael Jackson songs.
Okay.
You ready, bro?
Yeah.
Alright, alright. I like how I went for the new generation. Bro said no.
I basically, not to say that I'm not interested, but I would prefer the older generations than compare to the new generations that because they have raps. I don't know raps that I don't understand. First of all,
I'm a big fan of rap, by the way.
Yeah.
I mean, half the time I don't get. I mean, you know, I'm a big fan of rap.
yeah.
But
And if you compare it to the old songs, for example,
we're gonna have to beat that out, by the way. Bro trying to copyright me.
oh yes,
Yeah,
okay.
editor, cut that.
Okay.
Alright. So let's go. Alright, you ready, bro?
Okay.
Top five Michael Jackson songs.
Okay.
Number one, I'll Be There.
Fifth.
Fifth. Alright, cool. I Want You Back.
Fourth.
Ooh, this is top five, you know. Alright, I have. Okay, Billie Jean.
First.
Billie Jean.
Yes, because I don't know about the others, but personally, I grew up listening to Billie Jean almost every day.
Do not sing it.
Yeah.
Do not sing
Because when I was in the kindergarten, right, I always ask the teacher, could you please play Michael Jackson songs? And I always get hyped up when it's Billie Jean. So yeah, I
So-
grew up to Billie Jean.
So number five, I'll Be There. Number four,
I want you
I
back.
Want You Back. Number one, Billie Jean. Alright, two more. Number two and number three. Wanna Be Starting Something. Two or three?
Third one.
Third.
Yeah.
And that means number two, Smooth Criminal. That should have been number one.
Yeah, that should have been number one.
That should have been number one.
Oh, okay.
Bro, my top two favorite Michael Jackson songs, by the way, is Smooth Criminal and Billie Jean. So when you say Billie Jean number one, I you Smooth Criminal, I was like,
okay.
So you get the game now.
Yeah, I get
That's
it.
basically what it is, bro. So your list is number one, Billie Jean. Number two, Smooth Criminal. Number three was Wanna Be Studying Something. Number four, I'll Be There. And number five, Number four, I want you back, and number five, I'll be there. Alright. That's
Okay.
Arun's list for his top five. Even though he doesn't agree with that top two though.
Okay.
Alright. So that's
Uh-huh.
our first mini game of this channel, by the way. So it was Arun Michael Jackson songs.
Mhm.
I like how I went for the new generation and I forgot this guy only likes to listen to Michael Jackson. Legend, bro. Such a legend. Do you think Michael Jackson is the best old gen, or do you think like Frankie Valli and Queen, Freddie Mercury, all these people?
Well, there are a lot of artists
Because there are
and
many
groups,
legends, man.
Yeah, but I think personally, I don't know about the others, but I think that Michael Jackson is the best because singing wise, songs, dance moves, lyrics,
Yeah, yeah.
come on.
There's no one like him though.
Yeah,
We have never seen another Michael Jackson.
it's true. Like you can imitate to be one of them, one
When
of the.
when most people think of MJ, right? They think Michael Jordan. They think
No,
they think Mary Jane.
that's the thing with the new
They think
generation.
Mary Jane. They think Michael Jordan. I like Michael Jordan, but Michael Jackson is the number one MJ. Come on,
Yeah,
like you can't even lie. Nothing beats Michael Jackson, bro. So yeah,
Mike earned
that's
it.
Arun's top five, by the
Yeah.
way. So now back to the conversation. This may be not about flat Earth, but as I've been more observant of you lately. I've seen you do something where if you have a negative thought, you close your eyes and just zone out for a while. Right? Explain to me, does that help you sort of
Oh
remove
yes. Oh, you're touching that. Okay,
yes,
okay, okay.
sort of like remove the thought, or does it like help you calm down, or what does
Okay.
it help?
So in my head,
Yes.
okay, I have this voice in my head, and I'm sure that all of you outside there, most of you, you have the voice in your head. So it's a voice of a man, okay, and I think it's like always whispering things in my ears to ask me do this, do that, and all that. You know, the
It's the devil.
temptations and all that. Yeah, it's basically the devil. That's what they say. Okay, so when I hear these voices, or when I think of something bad, or I think of something that I don't want to be reminded of, and in my religion we have the god known as Shiva. And there's a lot of gods, yes, but Shiva is one of those main gods, and I call him Father and I call him Appa. Okay, so when I think of something bad or get a reminder of something that I don't want to be reminded of, and if something scares me or terrifies me, I just close my eyes. I just tell him that I I leave it all up to you. I leave it all to you. You are the decision maker. You lead me down my path. Show me what's right. Show me what's wrong, and make me take the right decisions. So yeah, it's my way of coping to things.
You see, the problem with me is right. Yes, I'm trying to have a strong relationship with God, but at the same time, the sad part is I don't normally do it. I mean, I really want to devote my life to God, but it's just there's a lot discipline it takes to it. You can't be like, oh, I believe in God and then go do drugs later on. Oh, I believe in God, but then I go hurt a girl later on. You know, there's certain things you can't do. And I feel like what you just said just now, like, you close your eyes and then you just say, God, I leave this to you. I feel it's really beautiful, man. So I'm really proud of you because all this while I've been seeing him, by the way, guys, today, he went to a mall 3 days ago with some of my other friends and they said suddenly he just stopped. I don't know. Bro, blood was just walking. He was here, they were here, and they just went there, and he was just there like this.
Not with the hands.
He's not Erling Haaland, but he's just like how just normally standing.
Yeah, just normal question.
And then continue walking,
Hmm?
and then just continue walking.
Not continue walking. Just close my eyes.
I mean, no,
for-
I know. I mean, close your eyes, and then after you're done, just continue.
Yeah, continue walking. Yes. I
Do
mean,
you recommend I try it?
you should if you want to. I'm not forcing it on you, but it's a way of you communicating to God because
It's just you and God.
I think every day everyone should communicate to God at least for a minute because
Yes, definitely.
you have so much time in a day, just contribute 1 minute to God.
Yes. He doesn't want much. He just wants.
Yeah, just a minute. Just talk to him.
Yeah.
Ask
That's
him
true.
how was his day because he has to take care of so many lives on earth. Okay.
And that's beautiful, bro.
Yeah, that's beautiful. You know how many hearts he's actually taking care of and all that. Ask him how was his day. Tell him how your day
I
was.
feel like most people tend to get it the wrong way, though. Whenever something bad happens to them, and I've been like this, by the way. I've been like this. I feel like when something bad happens to them, they think God is the reason. They think like, oh, I failed my exam. Why God? Why did you let me happen? But at the same time, you pray to God without putting me.
Yeah.
So I feel like, yeah, it's very sweet, bro. I feel like God is one of the reasons, and I hope God is helping us to do my podcast. So, guys, that wraps up episode one. So, thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed, and stay tuned next week, episode two. Bye.
Bye guys.